What's going on, everyone? I'm Devin. Today's video is going to talk about, does running mileage actually matter? No, it doesn't. Now hold on, before you leave, we're going to look into a study that was published in 2001 about Navy recruits and whether running mileage and movement mileage affected their fitness. This study, conducted by Trank and colleagues, looked into 1,703 male U.S. Navy recruits. These recruits were separated into 3 different run categories: excellent and superior, good, and then fair and poor, based on their initial fitness exam upon entering basic training. The running mileage ranged from 11.5 to 43.5 miles, and the total movement mileage, due mostly in part to marching, ranged from 110 to 202 miles throughout the 7-week training period. This study covers a wide range of mileage distances, and that's going to help us determine exactly how much mileage is going to be helpful in determining how you should plan out your workouts. The age range for the recruits was between 17 and 35 years. The recruits were separated into 25 different 60 to 85 man groups or training divisions. The movement mileage and run mileage was taken by the division and calculated accordingly. The 1.5 mile test was conducted on an indoor track in which 9 laps were required to complete the run. And based on the initial run, the recruits were separated into 6 different fitness categories. The initial 1.5 mile run was completed between 7 minutes and 49 seconds and 19 minutes and 48 seconds, with a 10 minute 53 mean plus or minus 1 minute and 21 seconds. At the time the test was conducted, the minimum passing time for the run was 12 minutes and 45 seconds. The training divisions ran an average of 22.7 miles plus or minus 7.2 miles. That'll end up falling into that 11.5 to 43.5 mile range. And this range included the 1.5 mile tests that were conducted. They also covered an average of 145.1 plus or minus 26.4 miles in movement mileage throughout the 7 weeks. I'm going to show some of the results in one of the tables of the study. So I'm going to throw that up on the screen right now. As you can see, the poor to fair ended up improving the most out of the 3 groups, and the excellent and superior ended up improving the least, with a very significant difference in the amount of improvement. Now, I know this doesn't show whether or not the mileage affected it, but we'll get to that in just a minute. This falls into the fact that untrained individuals are going to improve much more than those that are already in very good shape. So that brings into question, why bother staying in shape when, if you're out of shape, you can get back into shape much faster and improve significantly more than someone who's already in shape? Now I'm going to throw another table up from the study that shows that regardless of the initial fitness level, the improvement based on the change in either movement mileage or running mileage did not significantly impact any individual group as far as those that were in the excellent or superior group, the good group, or the poor to fair group. Within the group, all mileages ended up producing similar results. The last chart I'm going to throw up now shows the mileages broken down into different quartiles and show you the results from that. This showing that, again, regardless of the quartile that they're in, there is no significant difference in time changes between the least amount of running or the most amount of running. as well as the total movement mileage from the least to the most. The biggest thing we can take from this chart, though, is that those members that had above 25 running miles over the course of their training ended up having a higher injury rate than those with fewer running miles. Those members in the highest quartile group had over a 5% greater injury rate than those in the lower quartile running mileage groups. The study even states that this is especially true for the poor and fair and good group that were in that higher mileage quartile compared to the lower mileage quartiles. This was especially true when the recruits who entered boot camp with poor to fair or good initial run fitness rating in the highest quartile run division were compared with the lower 3 run mileage quartiles. Poor to fair or good initial test recruits 24.2% versus 16.4%. Relative risk 1.6. 95% confidence interval 1.2 to 2.2. This brings into why you don't want to be in that worse running condition and overall physical shape and fitness, and then start right back into running again, and why it's more effective to just continually keep your fitness levels high, because you'll reduce your risk of injury or have the potential to reduce your risk of injury, as well as maintain that high level of performance and reduce the overall stress that your body has to undergo. So although being on that lower portion of fitness allows you to improve greater, your risk of injury also goes up with that. This goes into why you should remain fit throughout your time period rather than trying to cram in those last 4 to 6 weeks a lot of running workouts with a lot of high mileage, which can increase your chance of injury and injuring yourself before that fitness assessment. And then you'll end up being on a profile for the fitness assessment, and then you won't have to do the aerobic fitness. But then 6 months later, you're going to end up rinsing and repeating and doing the same thing those 4 to 6 weeks beforehand, unless you change how you go about staying fit throughout your daily life. Overall, as I stated at the very beginning of this video, running mileage does not impact how well and how much you can progress in your fitness in reducing your run times. However, the right programming will help you achieve that. You can't just go out and run for an hour every other day and expect everything to fall into place. You'll improve over doing nothing, but scheduling the right program is going to help you improve even more, reduce your mileage, help reduce your risk of injury, and it's going to help you overall save time and be better and be more fit throughout your life. So thanks for checking out this video, everyone. If you liked it, give it that thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you like this kind of video, and I'll try and do a couple more regarding some studies and hopefully get some information out to you if you don't want to do the research yourself. Just let me know in the comments below. As always, have a good one.